Welcome back to the channel. Haino Hajatron Lamsogo. Tini Haino Hainong Bagitu Fabika. Election Commission of India ni important questions, MCQs and as well as MCQs are about direct questions batongo. Drog jodi ani part 1 part 2 video na kenken drog aram se answer khaimane morongno. So if you have not watched yet, please do watch it. Part 1 and part 2 videos. So description box part 1 part 2 video. It will be very easy for you guys to answer these MCQs. So without delay, let's start. Today's first question is: in which year the two additional election commissioners were appointed for the first time in the Election Commission of India? Right. So part 2 video money explanation is right. Boyer for the first time agi the much in the Election Commission of India was to do a single member body, right? Single member body. It consisted of only one chief election commissioner, right? And then Bobo Sorokai te dujon election commissioner appoint khaja kahinchang question, right? In which year? So in the year 1989 money answer to, right? So 1989 no te duijona election commissioner appoint khajaka others after election commission multi-member body inka. At that time it consisted of 3 members, right? Tangi omo duijona appoint ma khajaka tam ninge 1989 no 61st Constitutional Amendment Act pass inka, right? And apne according to voting age agi 21 years nangmani 18 years or reduce khaitu jaka, right? As a result kabangma voter jangai thanga, right? Kabangma kam bangai thanga. So kam bang mano mane assist khaina bagai na te duijona election commissioners jona appoint khajaka to assist the chief election commissioner, right? So mon answer ke 1989, in the year 1989. Next question is: which of the following statement is but are correct about the Election Commission of India? Again, jadi part 1 and part 2 video najangge, this would have been very easy for you guys to answer. So even then, nalini option otam result. First option is: it is a permanent and autonomous body constituted by the Indian Constitution. Of course, this is correct, right? Election Commission of India tamok as a permanent and autonomous body, right? And more Constitution of India bana tong. That's in the Constitution of India one most reject. And second ke, there are currently 2 election commissioners and a chief election commissioner, right? Mobo correct, right? Currently chini chief election commission election commission of India wo kaisa chief election commissioner tong te dujana election commissioner tong, right? And more election commissioners in KP, right? Recently duijona new agi batongo, but newly appoint khajakate duijona, right? Agini borok resign demand bagay. So borok bung bagnon already saibaka in my previous video, right? So mo chao, right? Second point mo correct nga oran hoite bo option chung choose khane A or reject on 1 only, B or reject on 2 only, and C or reject on both 1 and 2 means chini option 1 mo chao, option 2 mo chao. That's why our option C is correct, right? Both 1 and 2. Next question is: which of the following committee made a recommendation that election commission should be a 3-member body, right? So election commissioner tinjona ungotonga nangnita, right? Jeman chief election commissioner te duijona election commissioner mane 3-member body na nangnai hini bo committee recommend khaikap, right? So mon answer ke option A, that is Tarkunde committee. Next question is: who was the first chief election commissioner in India of India, right? Mo on a previous video already sajak omne answer na Sukumar Sen, the first election commissioner of India, but chief election commissioner. Next question is: consider the following statement with respect to election commission. Mo thajing nahi na. First option go reject hongo. Chief election, sorry mo election manam chaliya TION. Chief Election Commissioner can be removed from office only through impeachment by Parliament. Right? More correct. Right? So angani previous video again haino hai sajak mo already sajak. Right? Chief Election Commissioner no jodi bin post ni norna hange. Right? Buno Parliament ni through ma norna. Right? Impeach ma khane. Right? Parliament to MPs rok vote mari nai. And 2/3 majority wa pass ang nang resolution. Kasi bono bin post ni noriman. Right? So second point, okay. So first point is correct. Second point is all election commissioners have equal say in the decision making of the commission. More correct, right? More explain kajak tong tamo all the election commissioners, right? About chief election commissioner commissioner pa nang mano budget o je duijon election commissioner tong nai bong ni power joto na equal, salary equal, power equal joto na equal. So more correct. ঠিক দে সো দেখাইছে অটো তমনো লাইক আং সাজাক যদি বরক যে কোনো ডিসিশন না থানি রাইট বরনি মতামত করে ইনকে বরক বাহিকে ব সাবরেন ডিসিশন ফাইনাল লংনাই আপনাকে তিনজন আন বিসিংনো বোর্ড মারিলেনে বরক রাইট যে ডিসিশন বোর্ড মারিনে সাবো ব ডিসিশন বাই মানে ওকে এংজা রাইট যদি দুইজন আনি বোর্ড মাখাঙ্কে যে ডিসিশন দুইজন আনি বোর্ড মানো আর ডিসিশন ফাইনাল লং So this or দুইটা option are correct. So again, option C will be correct, right? Both 1 and 2. Next question is, the Chief Election Commissioner cannot be removed from his office except in the same manner and on the same ground as, the answer is, judges of the Supreme Court, right? So as I have already said, judges of the Supreme Court are also removed or can also be only removed through parliamentary impeachment. That is, a resolution have to be brought in the parliament and it have to be passed by 2/3 majority, and then only they can be removed from their post. So the same thing is followed in case of removal of chief election commissioner. So the grounds are on the same ground. That ground ke tamo mane tam bepari bono normal kacha tongo bini misbehavior, right? If he is proved to be misbehaving, right? Misbehavior. Taka jagai incapacity. Right? Incapacity is the inability to do his work. Right? So judge of the Supreme Court. That is the answer. Next question is, when was the post of the two election commissioner abolished temporarily? Right? So 1989. October 1989 tamongka duijona election commissioner appoint khajaka, right? Borok bangman bagai o voting age committee ma bagai kam bangma bagai extra duijon election commissioner chongjaka. Fiaba again in January 1991 mo post note ekbar abolish khai dijaka, right? তারপরে 1990 নি হইতে 1993 জরা আটিকেন চলি তারপরে 1993 ওকেতে একবার অ্যাপয়েন্ট খাইজাকছো, রাইট? আর দুইজনা ইলেকশন কমিশনার পোস্টতে একবার অ্যাপয়েন্ট খাইজাকছো। সো আফরুন হইতে 1993 নহইতে তাক প্রেজেন্ট জরা, রাইট? 2024 জরা তাকসে জরা তিনজনা খাইনা চলি তঙ্গুন ইলেকশন কমিশন নি মেম্বার্স, রাইট? সো ফ্রম 1993 onwards till today তোমরা চিফ ইলেকশন ইলেকশন কমিশনার কয়জনা মেম্বার টং আ প্যানেল তিনজনা মেম্বার টং, one chief election commissioner and two other election commissioners, and they are always appointed by the president. Okay. Next is, who can advise the president whether election can be held in the state under president rule? Okay, of course the election commission, right? Election commission of India time, election commission of India. So as I have already told you in my previous video, election commission of India and state election commission, they are totally a different thing, right? They are not the same thing. State election commission ke boro panchayat and municipalities ni election no conduct hayo. On the other hand, election commission of India conducts the election of the Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha, state legislative assembly, state legislative council, and the elections of president and vice president, right? So state election commission and this ECI, they are totally different. I'm not confused on exactly. Next is, The power and functions of the election commission with regard to election to parliament, state legislature, office of the president and vice president can be classified into how many categories, right? Monas have got 3 categories, and the categories are administrative, advisory, and quasi judicial. So you have to remember this question. Next question is, what is the tenure of election commissioner of India, right? So bongni normally bongni tenure was 6 years. Borok 6 বছর অফিসে তংনে normally, right? Fiaba jodi borok election commissioner to je sanopain chongiman je kono IAS officer sanopain chongiman senior IAS officer song. Suppose ramni একজন IAS officer ro bo jokhon te election commissioner hin chongjak after bini age jodi already 60 ingjak ngai. Already 60 ingjak. Hingke bo 6 বছর mama khaina chakri as a election commissioner bo khaimia tamnike they have to retire at the age of 65. ঠিক da apan sajogo 6 years or until the age of 65, right? Tabuk jodi 50 years on ma khanke 50 years on bo jodi as a chief as a election commissioner chongja khanke bo 6 years term pura complete khaiman. ঠিক দে বাট যদি 60 ইয়ার্স নি পরে চংজা খাঙ্গে বনাইদি 5 ইয়ার্স নি পরে খানা বেনি টেনিউর পাই থাंनाय যেহেতু চিনি আঙ্গ রিজাক্ট দङ রুল অন সিজাক দङ বনি টেনিউর টাमा 6 years or until the age of 65 years whichever is earlier, right? So mota. Next question is, the 2 other election commissioners cannot be removed from the office except on whose recommendation, okay? Chief Election Commissioner. Omon bagino tamo je Election Commission of India as a independent body kam kai. Right? Je kono neta ba ministers hoga haino Election Commissioner rong no nori rohormai. Right? Chief Election Commissioner no norna anga ta ekdom parliamentary impeachment nango. On the other hand, o je other te duita Election Commissioners okori da borong no remove khana angkai bo sudo boro Chief Election Commissioner ni recommendation o simise remove bongi man bongni post. So that is how the security of their post is provided, right? Bongni mane abon bagina boro independently kam khai mano without any bias and partiality, right? Independently without being under the pressure of any political parties, right? So the next question is, the chief election commissioner can be removed by parliamentary impeachment on what ground? Moto thajing saja. So on what ground they can be impeached? On the ground of misbehavior and incapacity. Next question is, Election Commission of India is a permanent and independent body. Next question is, which article of the Indian Constitution provided the power of superintendence, direction, control of election to parliament, state legislature, office of the president, vice president shall be vested in the Election Commission? Mobo article is exact. So it is in Article 324 of the Indian Constitution. Next is, the election to the panchayat and municipalities are conducted by State Election Commission. Who appoint the chief election commissioner and other election commissioners? Obviously the president. Next question is, who determines the condition of service and tenure of office of election commissioners and the regional commissioners? It is of course again the president, right? President mo but president bon election commissioners appoint khaipena president cannot remove them. President nong ni tani power kre je borong na bong ni post ni remove khainan, right? Power kre borong na remove khainan. President does not have the power to remove the election commissioners. Abina they don't hold their post on the pleasure of the president in Sadakota. On the other hand, the governor, okay, they are appointed by the president and they can be removed at any time by the president, right? That's why it is said that the governors, the whole office at the pleasure of the president, right? If the president wishes, they can be removed at any time. Next question is, who is the chief electoral officer of Tripura? Punit Agarwal. All Lok Sabha 2024 ni Lok Sabha ni bagi he has been appointed as the chief electoral officer by Chief Electoral Officer of Tripura. When was the Tripura State Election Commission found? Next time, 61st Constitution.